Hi guys, it's Scapegoat Steve and I'm here with a painting update today, kind of like a mini showcase really. This is my Merc Battlebox, or it's a from Mark 1. They used to do two different types of Merc Battlebox. One involved Prime Magnus and the other involved one of the dwarf casters, Gorton Gunback, which is this gentleman here. I managed to sort of put this together from various blisters and some trades and all this sort of thing, because at the moment I was looking to do two mercenary lists which were themed around the occupied territory of Llaelese, hence the purple colour scheme. And I was reading through quite a bit of the fluff, and I found that Ashlyn, who's basically the Llaelese warcaster, was quite friendly with Gorton, the dwarf warcaster. So I thought, why not? I'll dig around, see if I can get hold of the dwarf battlebox and get that painted up in Llaelese colours. Since then I've been sort of bitten a little bit by the merc bug, and I've got quite a few mercs now. So hopefully we'll see some of them in a future painting showcase. This is basically just to go through what I've done with these guys. They've been painted with Games Workshop paints, because I still find them to be some of the best paints on the market. Even though I'm not playing a huge amount of Games Workshop at the moment, or in fact I haven't for the last year, but I'm still finding their paints to be some of the best, just due to the layers and the shades that they do now. The bases I got from an eBay store. I think it was Startled Hedgehog, I think it was. It's got a nice set of various customised bases. I decided to go with cobblestone to effect fighting on the streets of occupied Llaelese, just because I thought it'd be quite a nice contrast to the purple as well. So if we bring in Gorton first, just adjust the focus on the camera. Yep, there we go. So there you go. There's got a little bit of blue on the hammer. We've got the driller, which is the heavy that comes with the box. A nice 6-point heavy, I'd like to say. Comes with sustained attack, which is quite nice. It's quite strong as well. Just because Gorton has a spell that can up the strength of models in his battle group. And then we've got 3 of these these guys were a joy to paint. These are Grundback Gunners. Spend a point of focus and you get auto boosted to hit and damage rolls with them. Quite nice. Like I said, they went together really well, really easily, and they're painted up quite nicely as well. As far as paints go, what paints I used on these models, I'll just grab them now and we'll have a quick look through them. Right, so just very briefly, these are the paints I've used on the models themselves rather than on the bases. So we started with got a Nagaroth Knight as the base. Did a little bit of highlighting with a Xerxes purple. Xerxes purple? No. Xerxes, I think it's pronounced. Purple. And then we shaded over the top with the Druchii Violet. We then actually went back and used a bit of this purple just on the edges, just to highlight them a little bit more. We then used a nice boring lead belcher silver, a Hashut copper, and then we black washed it. Nice and easy. There were a couple of obviously other little bits, like this little bit of blue on Gorton's hammer, which I'm pretty sure was Alatoic blue, the Eldar blue. Very thinly dry brushed. The skin was Kislev skin, I believe, and then some Adgrax Earthshade over the top of that, just to dull the skin tone down, give it a weathered effect. As far as the bases go, I think we used Caliban Green, Codex Grey, and Ushabti Bone on the tiles that are on the floor, and then we just gave it a black wash, just to basically show that it was a little bit weathered, a little bit used, basically. Right, so that was a quick rundown of the Merc Battlebox. in the pipeline at the moment, I've got a lot of painting projects. Currently, you can't see this off camera, but I've got pretty much every model that's in my house that is assembled and or undercoated on my painting desk, and there's a lot of it. I've got, at the moment, stuff that is part painted. I've got a Vanguard, which is a Merc Warjack. I've got a unit of 10 Hordran Hold Forge Guard that are part painted, which are another dwarf mercenary unit. I'm currently painting up an alternate sculpt of Gorman de Wolf, which is Gorman de Seawolf, which is a Pressganger exclusive sculpt. I'm also doing a Damien Sperling Iron Kingdoms RPG model that's partially done, as well as Kel Ballock, who's a mercenary solo who is part done. Ashlyn Llaelese is actually finished, but I'll show her at another point, because again I've got the limited edition model of her and it's such a nice model, but I will cover her when I cover perhaps the Vanguard, who is, like I said, mostly done. I'm just trying to finish it off. Quite a few things on my Cygnar model selection that are currently part painted or assembled. There's a lot of assembled stuff. As I may have spoken about before, I was in the process of putting together Siege's Tier 4 theme force. So what I've got for that at the moment, zoom out a bit and we'll pan up a little. This came recently. I've been dying to actually give it a test at some point. It's so far played, I think, 2 games, but I'm going to enjoy actually getting around to painting that. It'll be very nice. Can't wait. As you can see in the background there, there's quite a few Circle Orberus things on the left hand side. There's a few mercs on the right hand side. There's a few mercs on the left. What you can't see out of shot is there's a bunch of Menoth for my Journeyman League, which includes a choir of Menoth, some of the Paladins, a Vassal Mechanic, two Light Jacks, 2 Vassals, Prime Fiora. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pause the video and I'm going to move the camera so I can show you how much of my Cygnar stuff I've got left to paint, and then I might get a lot of angry comments below about why I haven't painted any of it yet. Right, so very quickly, that's the Cygnar stuff on my painting table at the moment. Includes the Stormwall that I've just shown. There is a part painted Lancer that is Thorn, who's a character Lancer. There is a mostly painted Mark 1 Charger, but I need to finish him off. There is a Hunter, there is an Epic Haley, a Cara Sloan, a Prime Haley. There's a full unit of Trenchers. There are 3 Stormsmith Stormcallers, 2 minimum units of Mechanics, the Black 13th, a unit of Rangers, Arlen Strangeways, and 2 Journeymen that are part painted as well. And there's a Stormblade Captain who's not even undercoated at the back. I've also got lying around an entire unit of Stormblades plus UA that aren't even assembled yet. So yeah, I need to. My plan for the next few weeks is basically sit down and get some solid painting done, just so I can show off a few more of these sort of videos, just to and basically try and motivate me to try and get as much painted as possible. At the moment, I'm actually getting quite into playing various theme forces, which I'm hoping will get me sort of force me to paint a lot of these models, because pretty much everything up there is for a theme force that I want to run in the near future. Some of the casters I just bought because they were there, and the Trenchers I just had because they were really cheap and lying around, but everything else up there is pretty much destined to be included in a theme force at some point, which is why I went a bit OTT and bought loads of them. But like I said, I'm hoping to get them painted sometime soon, and get them on video. So this is Scapegoat Stephen, and I'll see you all soon.